Inviting and social, quiet and inspirational. Embellished with a bittersweet, omnipresent aroma. For Java lovers, there's something poetic in describing a good coffee house, and here at the Buzz Coffee House in Nanaimo, poetry is easy to find. That's thanks in part to Shaleeta Harper, who today is bringing in copies of her new publication, Text Magazine.
And I wanted to make a magazine for those people, not only that couldn't afford a magazine, but also for those people who aren't confident enough to get into Fiddlehead or one of the main literary magazines. I wanted to do a small one, but I didn't just want to do an online magazine either. I wanted to do one that people could hold, something tangible.
Shaleeta met her production partner Philip Gordon in a poetry class at Vancouver Island University. They share a passion for the arts, and Philip says that the goal with Text Magazine is to make literature, art, and poetry accessible to those who wouldn't normally see it.
The joke about real Canadian literary magazines is the only ones subscribed to them are the people who want to be published in them.
This is the second issue of Text Magazine, and it seems to be working. The list of locations that carry the free magazine is growing, and the response has been good since day one.
First day after I distributed it, I went and sat down in Mon Petit Choux to have lunch, and I looked over and someone walked over, and it was the first time I'd seen it. Someone picked up a magazine and just started reading it, and the whole time I was eating they never stopped reading. Even though their food was done, their drink was getting cold, they sat there for over an hour just reading the magazine and never put it down. So that was one of my favorite moments of having this magazine going.
We hear all the time from our friends who work in the coffee shops that we're hosted at that they see people reading it all the time. I've seen people reading it on the ferry, on the bus.
They get passed along about 3 to 4 times each one, so we actually, our readership is 3,000 to 4,000, even though we only print just over 1,200. Yeah, these are the other cover art submissions.
That's a very impressive readership for a new local magazine. Shaleeta and Philip attribute that partly to the format, a design that's appealing to pick up and read.
So we thought, well, what if we completely redid the idea of what a literary magazine is? What if we made it really tiny and bite-sized and you could pick it up anywhere?
We wanted to go with not only the cheapest option, because then we could afford more to go out, but also something that was a little more organic. So we did saddle stitch, something that could be put together really easily. We did smaller so people could hold it, they could throw it in their pocket if they have big enough pockets. We wanted full color cover, and we'd love to do full color inside just so that we could show off all the beautiful artwork that's in there. Can't afford it yet, but eventually.
Another part of their instant readership success has been in rethinking the typical distribution model.
We want something to be in their face, for them to stumble across in a coffee shop or on a park bench or somewhere, to find this magazine, pick it up, and discover something new in it.
Was this one by Heather?
Yeah, that's Heather.
The flash fiction, art, and poetry within the pages come from an open submission process.
And honestly, we don't really have any rules. If we want short and concise, because we're a small, concise magazine. But for the most part, if they send us something and we love it, we want to show other people.
Visit textlitmag.com to submit to the magazine, to purchase ad space within the pages, or to become a distributing location. And next time you sit down to enjoy a fresh cup of coffee, consider reading something artistic and new. In Nanaimo, I'm Derek Johnstone.